Hello everyone, and back with me again, Joseph, your host, and welcome back to our channel and the Saint Story for Kids. In this episode, we are going to meet another Pope Saint. His name is Pope Saint Victor I. Pope Saint Victor I led the Church during a difficult time in the late 2nd century. He served as Pope from around the year 189 to 199. His time as Pope was marked by conflict, especially over how and when to celebrate Easter. Victor made strong decisions, even when they were unpopular. He believed the Church needed unity, and he was not afraid to speak clearly. Victor is often remembered for being the first African pope. Most sources say he came from Roman Africa, possibly modern-day Tunisia or Libya. This made him one of the earliest popes from outside Italy. His leadership helped show that the Church was already growing across cultures and nations. During his papacy, he dealt with problems in the Church that stretched across the Roman Empire. Christians were not always united on how to worship or which traditions to follow. Victor worked hard to bring order and unity. He believed the Church needed to stand together in both belief and practice. In older writings, he is sometimes called Victor of Rome or Saint Victor I. He is most often referred to simply as Pope Victor or Pope Saint. Victor I, after his death, the Church recognized him as a saint. His strength and leadership and his care for church unity left a lasting mark. Victor lived at a time when being a Christian was still dangerous. The Roman Empire had not yet accepted Christianity, but not much is said about his death. Tradition holds that he was a martyr. This means he may have been killed for his faith, though the exact details are not known. Victor's papacy may not be as well known today as others, but his choices helped shape the early Church. He took bold steps to guide the Church toward unity. His legacy still speaks to Catholics who face disagreement or pressure in the modern world. So friends, without further ado, let us take a look and dive deeper into his life story. Very little is known about the early life of Pope Victor I, but a few important facts have been passed down. Most agree that he came from Roman Africa. This would place his birth in a region of North Africa that was part of the Roman Empire. It is likely he came from a Christian family, or at least became a Christian at a young age. His African roots are important because they show how far the Christian faith had already spread. The Church was not limited to Rome. Christianity had taken root in many parts of the empire, including places that are now Tunisia, Algeria, and Libya. Victor's rise to the papacy shows that the Church welcomed leaders from all backgrounds. He probably moved to Rome sometime before he became pope. The city of Rome was the center of the Church, and where the bishop, later called the Pope, lived. It's likely that Victor served in the Church in Rome before he was chosen as Pope. He must have shown leadership, faith, and strength of character. There are no known writings from Victor himself. Most of what we know about him comes from other early Church writers. Still, his actions speak clearly. He was not a quiet or hidden leader. He used his role to guide the Church in hard times. His background also reminds us that the early Church was more diverse than some people think. Leaders came from many lands, spoke different languages, and came from different cultures. The Church grew quickly in Africa, and Pope Victor was part of that early growth. Even though we don't know many details about his youth, we can see the kind of person he became. He was strong, faithful, and ready to make difficult decisions. These qualities would help him later as he led the Church through one of its early disputes. One of the biggest issues during Victor's time as Pope was the celebration of Easter. Not all Christians celebrated Easter on the same day. Churches in the East followed one calendar. Churches in Rome and the West followed another. This caused confusion and disagreement. Victor believed that the Church should be united in this practice. He wanted all Christians to celebrate Easter on Sunday. He thought this matched the day Jesus rose from the dead. He believed a common date would help the Church stay connected. To solve the issue, he called for a meeting of bishops. They wrote letters, met in groups, and tried to agree. Some supported Victor's view, others did not. The churches in Asia Minor, or modern-day Turkey, refused to change their tradition. They wanted to keep celebrating Easter on the 14th day of the Jewish month of Nisan, no matter what day of the week it was. Victor responded strongly. He threatened to cut them off from the rest of the Church. This was a serious step. It meant breaking communion with them. It showed that Victor believed unity was more important than keeping every local tradition. Not everyone agreed with how Victor handled the problem. Other bishops told him to be patient. One of the most respected leaders of the time, Saint Irenaeus of Lyon, asked Victor to show peace and not divide the church. He reminded Victor that earlier popes had allowed differences without breaking unity. Victor listened. He did not go through with the separation. Even though he stood firm in what he believed, he also listened to the advice of others. He reminded Victor that earlier popes had allowed differences without breaking unity. Victor listened, did not go through with the separation. Even though he stood firm in what he believed, he also listened to the advice of others. This moment showed both his strength and his willingness to keep the church together. It also showed how early popes were already leading the church on important matters. Victor was one of the first popes to use his position to influence the church outside of Rome. He wrote letters, made decisions, and expected Christians in far-off places to listen. He saw the pope not just as the bishop of Rome, but as someone who had a role in guiding the whole church. This way of leading was new at the time. Earlier popes had been more focused on their own local communities. Victor saw the need for wider action. He believed unity in belief and practice was important. He also believed that the pope had the authority to help keep that unity. During Victor's time, some groups began teaching things that went against the faith. These groups, called heresies, were a real problem in the early church. Victor worked to fight false teachings. He wanted to protect the truth about Jesus and the faith handed down by the apostles. There are stories that Victor helped Christians who were being mistreated by Roman leaders. One account says he helped free some Christians who had been forced to work as slaves. While we don't know all the details, it's clear he cared deeply for the people of the church, both in spiritual and practical ways. Victor's actions helped shape how later popes would lead. He showed that the pope could speak for the wider church. He showed that the pope could act boldly to defend the faith and care for the people. His choices made it clear that leadership in the church was not just about power, but about serving the people and staying faithful to Jesus. His papacy was short, about 10 years, but busy. He left a strong example of what it means to lead with both courage and care. He helped set the pattern for popes who came after him. After Victor died, the church honored him as a saint. The exact date of his death is not known, but it likely happened around the year 199. Some traditions say he was killed for his faith, making him a martyr. Whether or not he died a violent death, he is remembered for his courage and leadership. He is listed among the early popes in church history and has been honored for many centuries. His feast day is celebrated on July 28th. This is the day when the church gives thanks for his life and work. He is not known to be the patron saint of any specific group, but he is often remembered as a symbol of unity and strong leadership. Victor's legacy is one of bold action and firm faith. He was not afraid to speak clearly, he was not afraid to challenge other leaders, but he also listened when wise voices asked him to show peace. He worked to bring the church together during a time when it was still growing and finding its way. His African roots and rise to the highest role in the church also remind us that the gospel is for all people. The church has never belonged to one nation or one culture. From the beginning, it has welcomed people from every land. Victor's story helps us remember that. Pope St. Victor I may not be as famous as some other popes, but his life mattered. He helped guide the church during a time of growth and struggle. His choices shaped the way the church would move forward. Even today, when Christians face division or disagreement, his example speaks. Victor reminds us that unity is worth working for, and that strong faith, guided by love, can lead the church through even the hardest times. So friends, what can we learn from Pope St. Victor I? Pope St. Victor I shows us that leadership is not about being the loudest voice. It's about standing firm in the truth and knowing when to listen. He faced a church that was still growing, with people who didn't always agree. He didn't run from the conflict. He stepped into it and tried to bring the church together. How do I handle disagreement with others in my faith community? Victor made hard choices. He told Christians in different places to follow the same way of celebrating Easter. He believed that unity in worship was important. At the same time, when others asked him to be patient, he listened. He did not let pride take over. This balance of strength and humility is something we can all learn from. Am I willing to listen to advice, even when I think I'm right? He also cared about the poor and the suffering. Some stories say he helped free Christians who were treated like slaves. He used his role to protect others. That kind of courage is still needed. There are always people who need someone to speak up for them. In what ways can I stand up for people who are being treated unfairly? Victor's life reminds us that being a Christian means both standing for the truth and showing love. We are called to stay faithful, even when it's hard. And we are also called to be people of peace, willing to listen and work together. That's not always easy, but it's part of following Jesus. What does unity in the church mean to me? Now, friends, let us end our session today with a simple prayer, inspired by the life of Pope St. Victor I. Dear Lord God, you chose Pope St. Victor I to lead your church with boldness, working tirelessly to preserve structural unity, protect true doctrine, and care for the vulnerable. Following his holy example, pray for the spirit of unity to help heal divisions within my community, family, and parish. Courageous conviction to stand firmly for the truth of the gospel, even when it is unpopular. A heart of mercy to advocate for those who are suffering, remembering how St. Victor sought freedom for Christians condemned to the mines. Clarity of speech to communicate your love simply and effectively to everyone around me. Through his intercession, grant me the wisdom to balance firm truth with gentle charity, so that I may be a resilient witness to the resurrection of your Son. Amen. Thank you, friends, for watching and joining me in the story of Pope St. Victor I. I hope you can learn a thing or two from him. If you enjoyed this video and our saint stories, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more faith-inspiring contents, reflections, and many more. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and God bless you always.